African king of beasts in battle against Arctic king of beasts. Who is stronger of the two? How not to be mistaken. And also in this issue you will find out what kind of animals you get if you cross a polar bear with a brown bear. Sit back, subscribe to the channel, and express your opinion in the comments. And we'll start. It is not in vain that the lion is called the king of beasts. He is handsome, fast, and dangerous. He is an effective predator, but he reigns only in Africa. And in the cold Arctic, a polar bear rightfully wears the monarch's crown. It is clear that Leo and polar bear do not intersect in the wild. Therefore, we decided to simulate such a situation in order to find out which of these two kings will be stronger. Now let's try to find out what would happen if the African king of beasts met with the Arctic king of beasts. Who could be the winner in a direct confrontation between these two animals? First, let's find out what a lion is capable of. The lion is the largest representative of feline predators. An adult male can weigh up to 230 kilograms. In addition, among fellows, lions are the tallest. The growth of a male can reach up to 120 centimeters. Despite the fact that felines are most often loners, the lion is a family animal. Typically, a lion family or pride has one or more males and a group of females. By the way, it is the lionesses who are responsible for hunting. But there are also males who prefer a solitary lifestyle, or aging lions expelled from the pride. Lions' claws can be up to 7 centimeters long, real daggers. And the canines are 8 centimeters long, so these predators are capable of killing pretty large animals. The length of the mane is up to 40 centimeters, and the total body length of a lion can be up to 2.5 meters. In hunting, the mane does not help a lion, but in fights, the mane can serve as a strong shield and saves it from the bites of predators. Of course, the main advantages of Leo are its weight and volume, which it invests in its powerful punches with its paws. He has well-developed muscles of the forelegs and neck, which helps him to dodge bites. Also, the lion is famous for its famous grip, thanks to which it is able to hold an antelope. Leo bite force 45.7 kilograms of force per square centimeter. The lion has good combat experience. He fights with other males for territory, enters into confrontation with large animals such as buffaloes, hippos, and even elephants. But all these big opponents are not predators. And it is this fact that gives some strength and excitement to the lion. In the eyes of a lion, both an antelope and an elephant are just tons of food to catch and to eat. On this we will end about the lions. Now let's move on to the polar bear and see how dangerous he is, consider his strengths and weaknesses. Let's start with general information. The polar bear is a huge animal reaching 3 meters in length. Its height reaches 140 centimeters, and he can be safely called a real heavyweight among predators. In some cases, an adult male can weigh about a ton. However, the average body weight of an animal ranges from 450 to 550 kilograms. But this is still a lot. It is not surprising that possessing such parameters, the strength of the polar bear is more than enough. For example, researchers who have been observing the behavior of a polar bear in the wild for a long time say that with one blow of its paw, it can easily stun to death a bearded seal whose weight reaches 300–350 kilograms. Scientists have estimated that the strength of a polar bear is so great that an adult male is capable of throwing an animal weighing up to 200 kilograms by 5 to 7 meters with one blow of its paw. The physical endurance of this predator is also impressive. For example, an adult male drags a walrus carcass uphill, the weight of which exceeds half a ton. But even such a strong animal has his weak points. For example, a bear weighing about half a ton or more is not capable of chasing prey on land for a long time. He is not a fan of running at all, preferring to walk at a walking pace, or move on the ice lying on the belly. But in the water, the bear feels much more comfortable and confident. The maximum speed that a bear is able to develop while in the water is about 5 to 7 kilometers per hour. Polar bears swim very good and can travel great distances. A case was recorded when a bear swam 600 kilometers in search of food. A layer of subcutaneous fat is another excellent insulator. Plus, this is a stock for a rainy day, any kind of bulletproof vest with a thickness of 13 centimeters. Well, we have reviewed the characteristics of these animals, and now, based on them, let's compare these data and determine the winner. So who will win if the lion and the polar bear come together in a fight? No matter how beautiful and graceful the lion is, the victory in the fight would definitely be with the polar bear. First, it is simply 4 times heavier and is capable of crushing a lion with its mass. The impact force of the polar bear is almost as much greater. A case was recorded when the white bear with one blow threw back its prey 7 meters away, the weight of which was 200 kilograms. And given the mass of a lion in the range of 190 to 200 kilograms, the polar bear with just one blow of his powerful paw can simply send the lion flying at a distance of 7 to 8 meters. Its additional advantage is subcutaneous fat, the thickness of which is greater than the length of the canines and claws of the largest lion. This means that the lion simply cannot damage any vital organ of the bear. If we compare the bite force of a lion and a polar bear, then here the polar bear is also the winner. As you remember, the force of a lion's bite is 45.7 kilograms of force per square centimeter, but the force of the polar bears is 84. Therefore, even a lion's mane cannot help a lion here. As a result, as we can see, the polar bear, the closest relative of brown bears, turn out to be much more effective, adaptable, and dangerous. The Arctic king of beasts proved to be stronger than the African king of beasts. But despite the fact that the polar bear is stronger, the lion can still be called the king of beasts. He just has his own kingdom, and in his kingdom, he is the true king. It has long been known that crossing animals can lead to the emergence of new varieties of animals, however of the same species. This happened during the crossing of a polar bear with a brown one. Let's find out more about the predatory mammal which turned out as a result of this wild experiment arranged by Mother Nature. It was decided to name the hybrid of the two bears Pizzly, although there is very often another common name, Growler. The second option seems to sound more solid, so let's leave it. The Growler bear inherited the characteristics of both a white and a brown bear. Its coat is a mixture of brown and white, and can also be light brown in color. Compared to its ancestors, the Growler is of medium size. It can reach about 2 meters while standing on its hind legs. The height of the withers is about 1.2 meters. Growler is a rather agile animal despite its considerable size. These bears are also very tough and strong. Strength and agility, combined with other physical attributes such as long claws and powerful jaws, make the Growler an excellent hunter. This bear is quite hardy and capable of accelerating to 50 kilometers per hour. Thanks to this, he can even chase deer. The behavior of a Growler depends on the environment. but this is a common feature of most animals. In general, it is a very energetic animal, and from the polar bear the growler inherited excessive aggressiveness. Their temperaments are quite hot-tempered, they are suspicious and very territorial animals. At the same time, it was noticed that it is difficult for growlers to adapt to changes around them, both environmental and social. While growlers can eat anything and are excellent hunters, fish and meat are not a major part of their daily diet. Like brown bears, they generally prefer a vegetarian menu that includes berries, tubers, plant roots, and other goodies found in the forest. It is interesting to note that in the case of crossbreeding between a polar bear and a brown bear, humans did not intervene at all. Nature herself ordered it. Well, crossing occurs, albeit very rarely, in Canada and Alaska. It is believed that the unification of the polar and brown bears was facilitated by climate change, although it is not known for certain which of them became a mother and who became a father. The polar bear had to explore other territories in search of food and reached rivers where brown bears hunted for fish. This is how a unique bear of its kind, the growler, appeared on the planet.
Нет. Нет.
Dear friends, this is where we end our video, but we as always continue to work to delight you with new interesting material about animals. So stay with us and see you soon.